Huge news update for the Coyote vs Acme movie, which has been an absolute mess since Max decided to give it the axe. Another topic for another time, but this might actually be one of the few survivors of that situation where stuff like Batwoman just wasn't as lucky. So it was recently just acquired by Ketchup Entertainment, who has done stuff like Hellboy and Starving Games, and I'm really glad that somebody acquired it, because any movie that is this close to done just deserves to be released. Which, right now by the looks of it, they're saying about 2026. But there was so much backlash against cutting this movie, it's just crazy how long and unsure this whole process was in getting this movie to actually see any kind of possible release date. Now, whether it's true or not, there was somebody threatening to leak the movie if they did not sell the rights to it to someone, which kind of an odd thing. Who knows if that's actually true or not, but you gotta think that that's probably a factor as to why they sold it off in the end. Which, I mean, it's just kind of stupid that they do this for tax cuts, as well as not pay royalties for the creators, which they don't really say that one as often, and it's a little bit more scummy, which is probably why. But this movie in particular seemed like one that people were confident about when it came out that it'd be kind of popular. A lot of people working on it kind of came out and said, hey, this movie is a pretty good movie and it deserves to be seen by people. And you know what? The cast looks honestly kind of stacked. Not really. I guess Will Forte's in it and he's pretty funny. I like him a lot. John Cena's in it too, which doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but it's still John Cena. We know him. He's done a couple good things. He's done some bad things. We'll see kind of how this movie ends up. I'll be honest as well, the plot of the movie seems like a pretty good one. It's just Wile E. Coyote suing Acme because they make such faulty products, which is kind of his whole bit. And they can kind of play off that, play off him. And of course, if you're just doing a Looney Tunes movie, you're going to have Looney Tunes characters doing Looney Tunes character things, which honestly is usually just a winning recipe in most things it's in. And it was honestly kind of heartbreaking news because you just don't see a lot of Looney Tunes anymore. They've kind of played with the idea, but you just don't see a whole lot of TV shows or movies. I say that, but they literally just had a movie kind of come out recently, which I haven't heard anything crazy about, but I'm definitely going to check that out. I know I'm terrible. I haven't even watched it yet. And it's actually owned by the same people, Ketchup Entertainment, who bought this movie as well. So I'm going to go out and watch that movie and support them. I really should have gone to the theaters, but going to a theater is just like gambling with how good of an experience you're going to have. I mean, at this point, the main reason you go to a theater is just to enjoy whatever goofy movie people are memeing on, like Minecraft right now with just throwing popcorn and drinks and all that goofy stuff they're doing over there. Honestly, I think that the reason why they own the other movie might be a factor as to why they bought this one as well. They probably are looking to invest in the Looney Tunes, which is a pretty well-known IP, as well as an IP that you can continue to build upon and just keep doing whatever you want forever, because it's just kind of a good winning formula. Kind of how like they'll do the Muppets forever, but they just don't do anything with it. But you can get kids and people who grew up on it to both enjoy it and come out to the theater and stuff like that if you do it right. So, and honestly, another huge reason why I'm just so excited for this movie to come out is I have this very niche genre that I'm very into, where it's live action and animation mashed together, where it's animated characters in the real world or a person in the animated world, and you kind of combine them, kind of like Who Framed Roger's Rabbit, one of my all-time favorite movies, as well as Looney Tunes Back in Action, which is an amazing movie, and I constantly think about some of the scenes from it.
What kind of performance do you call that? You made me sound like a total space cadet, man!
I'm sorry you feel that way. I was trying to be real to your character.
If you like goof on me in the sequel, I'm coming after you!
Yeah, and I'll give you a Scooby smack.
It is a very niche genre, to be fair, but I really like the movies that did that. Maybe it's not the genre, but just those specific movies were very good and I liked them a lot. But honestly, huge W if they make this movie and it is another huge hit in that niche genre or whatever you want to call it. So ever since they've announced this movie, canceled it, and then kind of had talks about bringing it back. I've always kind of hoped to add it to that niche genre collection. But hopefully that comes out and they stop messing around with Looney Tunes and also just general cartoon IPs, like especially Cartoon Network, since Max has their hands in all these cartoon projects because they own them. They really just mess up a whole lot. You know, they're taking all their shows off of the streaming platform for Cartoon Network and just making it unavailable unless you go on maybe, let's say, Prime and buy the whole thing there. But that's like $20 for the full series. And, you know, at that point, it's just not worth it. Even though I love those shows, but it's like $20 for a whole streaming service or $20 for one singular show. Obviously, the streaming service has a lot better value. You know, here's hoping that in the future that we can get some more animation and have stuff like this happen where we actually rescue and get a W in animation. Rare nowadays, I know, but, you know, here we are. The future, baby. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, really. If you guys have watched all the way through, please like, subscribe. Comment what cartoon of yours got canceled or saved, or just what your cartoon is in general. What's your favorite? I don't, you know, I'd love to hear from you. But make sure you like, subscribe as well, and support me for more cartoon content.